little bit sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
Hi.
Hello.
I like to fuck with Heather on our intros.
She's like, I'm going to say something real quick right before I say 3, 2, 1.
So she took a really deep breath and was ready to say hi. And then I was like, by the way, hi, everyone.
God, we're annoying.
We are. Welcome to a couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Maple.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And this is our power hour of true crime, fucked up people doing fucked up shit for usually no valid reason and with the dumbest excuses we can ever imagine.
Dumbest excuses, dumbest ways, dumbest faces.
Yes. Not so much in this story today. This story is pretty tantalizing.
Yeah? I don't even know what yours is.
My nipples are hard for the fun that is about to happen. Also, the fact that, everybody, we are recording this on a chilly day in January. It's raining outside. The wind chill is, I don't fucking know.
What is that?
But this is going to be episode 101.
Oh my God.
Motherfuckers.
First of all, that's wild to think about. Why do we have to record this early?
Because I'll be getting married in 48 hours after this motherfucker comes out.
That's insane. So right now, she's going to be rocking back and forth in a corner. I'm going to be like, everything's going to be fine. Not the fact that she doesn't want to marry Travis.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited to marry him.
The fact of the act.
The event.
And the event itself is giving her hives. So
yeah, the fact that we just dropped $1 gajillion on 4 hours is so much.
It's going to be worth it.
And it's a lot of coordinating. But that's everyone's, like Travis last night, we were talking and he was like, this is what I knew was going to happen. That was the whole reason why I didn't I wasn't overly excited about the date of getting married. He's like, I'm so excited to marry you. But I knew that we would bicker, and I knew that you'd be overly stressed out, and I knew that it was going to be on your mind 24/7 for at least 9 months. And I was like, yeah.
It's called Every Woman.
Every single scenario of a wedding is literally this.
Yeah.
And I'm just leaning in. At this point, I'm so excited for the wedding to be over, like in the sense of us being married and all that joy and us, scurrying off to our honeymoon and all the wonderful moments with all my friends and all that shit. I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah.
But I also know, too, the second I wake up on the day of our honeymoon the next day, it's going to be like, fuck yes. Thank God that's done.
This is like, it's wedding truth. Everyone's like, oh, it's such a beautiful... Okay, it is a beautiful day, and I will not take that from you, but it is fucking stressful.
Yeah.
It's stressful. Even if you eloped, you still have to coordinate. So, like, everybody thinks that that's easier. Maybe it is, but, like, it's still some sort of coordination has to happen for the act of that. Unless you just go to the courthouse. Even then, you have to look up when the justice of peace is there.
Right.
So, like, something...
You still have to fill out your marriage license. There's still things that
have to happen.
Yes.
And then people don't think about it when they're, like, in love. And then you're like, oh, fuck. Like, we planned ours for 2 years. So, like, I can't imagine having to squeeze all that into one.
Yeah.
Like you have.
Because that's literally what it was.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was spending about 3 months before he proposed, just waiting for the motherfucker to get on his knee. Luckily, I was spending 3 months before picking out a venue because I already knew. Like by the time he put the gorgeous rock on my finger and I hyperventilated, I pretty much knew where I wanted to get married. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Heather. If everyone in this world could have a Heather, the world would be a better place. That's for sure. Very lucky to have her.
That was sweet. And you know that this is documented, so... Whenever I'm getting on your nerves in the sisterly fashion that we get on each other's nerves sometimes, I'm going to be like, hey, listen, go back to listen to episode 101. Remember when you said everyone needs me? You fucking need me, so get over it.
Yeah, we'll just put on the merch store. Everyone needs a Heather.
Oh, okay, write that down.
You have the pen.
Oh, yeah, I'll write it down.
Also today, Heather and I are doing like 652,000 different things. So it's a sassy Saturday full of sassy work.
Sassy work.
Because all this podcast stuff takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. We're pre-recording to get us through essentially the weeks before the wedding. And then because we don't want to take a break. At the end of the day, a lot of people listen to us as soon as the episode comes out. And it's important for us to give you that content. And in order to do that, we have to spend 8 hours on a Saturday pre-recording a whole month's worth of episodes.
We got to give the people what they want.
We do. We want to make sure that we want to make
know?
sure that you guys get to keep listening, even though I'm going to be gone and crying and stressed out.
Yeah. Oh God, don't talk about being gone.
I know.
16 days. the longest we've ever been apart.
I know. It's going to be a journey.
Speaking of weeping in a corner, I love that Will, my husband, is even like, do I need to take you on a trip? I feel like you're going to have like withdrawals. I'm like, yes, you will. She's like, I can talk to you. I'm like, you're not going to be able to talk to me that much on your honeymoon.
I know. I'm really not. Not to mention like a lot, like...
Not to mention.
No, because of where we're going, there's not going to be much of a signal.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
So it is what it is. But even Jay's taken a vacation too during our honeymoon. I feel like everyone's just kind of like, they're going to be gone for 2 weeks. So let's also just fucking take a trip too.
No, I just have to.
I get
my mind up of it.
I don't know how I'd be so bored at work. I love you and I miss you when you're gone, but it's 10 times worse at work because for anyone that doesn't know, our offices are across from each other.
We don't spend enough time together.
We don't. We need to do more. No, but like, I can't cope at work. Like if she's gone for a half day, I'm like, fuck this bullshit.
Yesterday I was gone for 3 hours for meetings and I walked back in and she had texted me, put 3 things on my Outlook calendar. And then when I got here, she was like, and I was like, I have to pee. I need a minute. And she left. I had to walk out of your office. I was like, I haven't been on my computer in 3 hours. I need like 5 minutes. And you're like, okay.
I missed you.
I know. I was like, I miss you too, but give me a second.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this too, us deciding to do a live event 3 months before the wedding was super stellar as well. So lots of work happening. We're just putting in the work.
We had to do it though. We had to do it that way. And I'm glad.
Me too.
And then by this time this comes out though, we might be famous. So
let's hope.
Let's see. We're putting that in the universe.
Yeah. Not to mention we're going to be focused on doing another live event this fall as well. So
yes.
If for whatever reason you can't make it to the March one, we'll be focused on trying to do something in September, October as well.
Yes.
Or November.
I just throw my own birthday party in September. I'm like, you guys have to come. It's my birthday, so you have to come.
I love it. Mm-hmm. I feel like you've been dying to tell me something about some stupid, I say stupid because I don't like trash TV, but I respect Heather for her own vices.
I love reality TV and I love to turn my brain off. So therefore, I like to watch 90 Day Fiancé. Every facet, there's lots of them, just like the Housewives. I don't watch that though. Anyway, so there's a show called Pillow Talk for 90 Day Fiancé. So like past people that have been on the show sit in their bed and eat snacks and drinks and they talk shit about the other episodes.
Are they couples or are they just like friends? Because I feel like you've made me watch this before in a hotel room.
Yeah, because I want us to do it one time. So you're like, oh God.
Of course.
Most of them are couples, but sometimes if their siblings are on the show and they're fun, they put them on there, their mom or some shit. Anyway, so there was one couple, there was a girl from Germany, I think, and then he was from Utah and he was Mormon. He pretended to be like holier than thou and he like judged her a lot, like tried to make her and her mom convert to his religion because he didn't respect Christianity. It's a big thing.
I don't know why they're together. That already just sounds like you shouldn't be together.
Too many obstacles. He's not cute. He was when they first got together. He was all right. You know, I don't like the skinnies, but he was just a little guy. And then he had long hair and acne. She's so pretty. And
do you have a big old throbbing cock?
I don't know because everybody else knows. That's what I was going to get at. So he said that he was like, well, I kissed a girl and I flirted with girls. And then he goes on the talking head and he's like, oh, actually, I, slept with a lot of girls, like a lot of girls. He brags about it to the point where he's lying about 95% of them. And then so they go to Turkey because they have to. They're going to get married in a week. And he's like, we have to sleep in separate rooms. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, I flew all the way over here to be with you. And he's like, well, I'm just scared because if we cuddle and cuddling leads to Skoodilypoops. This motherfucker called sex Skoodilypoops.
How does he get any?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. He says weird
I say shit. Ridiculous shit. Like, I call Theodore Schmoopy Poops.
He's a dog and you're not trying to sleep with him.
I know. But I'm just like, what the absolute fuck? What a loser. If Travis was like, I just don't want us to Skoodilypoops, I'd be like, get the fuck out of the bed. Here's your ring.
I know.
Get out of this house.
Will told me he would leave me.
As he should. That's what I'm saying. You're like a week before the wedding. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just going to fly out of here.
I think I'm going to bounce. Yeah. I'm just going to Homer Simpson gif into the bushes and leave. Because anyway, I can't either.
You know what I can do, though?
Your story?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
I can. So as Heather and I are doing this pre-recording journey, we are going to be doing a lot of solo acts.
Yeah.
And so because that's the only fucking way we can do it while keeping our jobs. and our relationship's thriving. So
yes.
Heather doesn't know anything about this one, which is really fun. I used Medium website, Wikipedia, and then I got my Google on. I also watched a really cute girl tell me about the story on YouTube and zoned out and didn't get any of her info. But hey, really cute girl with the jack-o'-lantern in the background. You recorded this on YouTube around Halloween. It was 37 minutes. You rocked, and I really liked your lipstick. All right.
You spent 1 minute listening to her and the other 36 minutes Googling her lipstick color.
Oh. I was like, maybe.
I think you did.
No, I totally listened, but then I was scrolling through my phone too. So that's a vice I'm working on myself. Okay. So I can't confirm what glorious month this crazy shit starts, but let's just say June because June feels right. Sometimes whenever you're talking about information, you don't get all of it and you just have to fill it in. You got to fill in them gaps with your own fucking creativity.
Math and facts.
Right here. So it's the year 1962, and we have two brothers. They're named Santos and I got to remember this one, Cayetano. Oh, there we go. I had it whenever I was writing it. Cayetano Hernandez. How old are they? I have no fucking clue. No one says how old these motherfuckers are. So in my mind, they're kind of sexy, maybe in their late 20s, younger than 34. This is the journey in my head. You can try to find them because I couldn't. Because they are not the fucking meat and potatoes.
Menendez.
They are a very nice appetizer.
Okay.
That really ties in the flavors into the main dish. So let's keep going.
Your body language.
So they are petty little scammers. They're kind of, they're kind of cunts, but it is what it is. They're always looking for an easy buck. So they end up traveling to an isolated community called Yerba Buena in San Luis Potosi, Mexico. I'm doing the best I can, guys. Yes, I was married to a Venezuelan at one point, but I did not learn Spanish, so I'm doing what I can with what I got. It's an impoverished and mostly illiterate village of about 50 inhabitants. They don't have the news or newspapers or anything like that. So is that necessarily important to the story? Not fucking really, but I'm just telling you so you can understand how remote it is.
Yeah.
And maybe what their intelligence level is. But still, at the end of the day, everyone in the story fucking sucks. These two brothers are like, fuck yeah, let's take this place over. Because they stumble upon it.
Oh.
Imagine a small town with caves and mountains around it.
Okay.
How are they going to do this?
I don't know. Are you going to tell me?
I think I will.
All right. That's good.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So they come into this town.
Okay.
These two fucking brothers from nowhere. And they're like, we're going to be prophets.
What?
So we're like, we are a prophet of the powerful and exiled Inca gods. They proclaimed that the Inca gods, in exchange for worship and tributes, would grant them hidden treasures in the caves of the mountains surrounding the town, and that they would soon come to claim authority over their ancient kingdom and punish those non-believers.
So wait, so they just come in and they're just like bump into Joe at the market?
Well, it's super small, 50 people in total. They're basically like, hey, we're prophets. We came here.
I'd be like, no, go away. Get out of here.
Oh, okay. It gets better. So they're using sleight of hand tricks. So they're a little like fucking David Blaney, if you will. And they convince the villagers that they have supernatural powers.
Will you shut the fuck up?
I can't. So the brothers end up telling the villagers. Fuck, that's a hard word. The villagers. Good thing I have it in here all over. God.
You were worried about the Spanish words.
Yeah, and I'm like, villagers. They tell the villagers that if they obeyed the brothers and followed their directions, that they would be led to the vast riches that are rumored to be hidden in the nearby caves. So there are rumors that there's hidden treasures. And so like that will kind of come back up later on. But just note it. Okay, so this is the shit that tickles my pickle. Okay. So these motherfuckers come to this area in Mexico. And the Incas that they're saying they are the Incan gods or Inca gods actually inhabited Peru and not Mexico.
Oh.
So they convinced the inhabitants of Yerba Buena and founded a cult among this village demanding economic and sexual tributes from adult members of all genders. They end up ingesting drugs. They do orgies.
What?
They sell some of their subordinates into sex slavery. I'm going to go into all of this just so that they can have like, I need us to just pause for 2 seconds and just understand that they come to Mexico and they act like they are Peruvian gods and people still believed it. That is basically like going to India where they believe in Buddhists and acting like you're the fucking Pope.
Oh, man.
Like, what the fuck? So they're not even right on the religion or what they even believe in. And this group, these 50 inhabitants of this village, will not only believe them and follow them and do everything that they say that gets really, really fucking fucked up. And it's not even of the religion that is their native country.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That is...
Have I never heard of this before?
I have no idea.
I love cults.
Oh, and it gets better. I know that this has to be, and I'm sure it said it somewhere, like a base for other movies, because I know I've seen like older fucked up shit that has some shit to do with this.
What year is this again? Sorry.
1962.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So to make it seem more real, the brothers end up making strange rituals with cannabis-laced incense smoke and animal sacrifice, which they performed inside one of the caves.
Okay.
Very creepy shit going on. Not to worry. It's going to get 10,000 times worse.
It always does.
I'm going to talk about really horrible shit, really bad shit. Here's my flag of hashtag oh shit moment, because this one definitely runs through the meadow of we shouldn't talk about it.
Oh, God.
But we're going to anyway. Since the poor villagers had no money to give them, the brothers began demanding other like tithes or tithes. I don't know. It's tithes. Tithes?
Tithes. Like you give tithes for church.
There's no D. Oh, is that what it is? Tithes?
Oh, it's been a long time since I've been
Girl,
in
I don't know. Anyway, they ordered the villagers to serve them.
You gotta stop. It's getting me every time.
Okay.
Every
they
time.
ordered the villagers to serve them, essentially making the entire village their slaves. The small-time scammers are now living like kings. So, amazingly, I don't know if this is amazing or shocking, they sought out the prettiest girls in the village. Some of them are even as young as 14.
Oh, gross.
They tell their parents that the girls need to be given to the brothers so that they could learn about sex.
And they just do it?
The villagers didn't dare disobey because they were afraid that the gods that they didn't believe in would rain down on them if they didn't.
Oh my God. Could you imagine your mom being like, hey, you have to go.
This guy's going to talk to you about how to fuck him.
Teach you about fucking because we don't want to be smited.
Right.
God. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Once the brothers had their fun with the girls, though, they would then sell them, these little 14-year-old girls, off to sex traffickers who would then send them to surrounding towns.
Oh,
so it's already bad enough having to fuck guys that you're not choosing to fuck, but now you're in sex slavery.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. It gets so much worse. There's so much fuck them that, like, I want a t-shirt that just says fuck them. Who them is, I don't know.
Them.
Yeah, them. The brothers didn't just demand sex with the girls, though. They would demand sex from nearly anyone.
Oh.
From my understanding. So I would believe that includes men at any time. And these awestruck villagers would just obey.
What?
Yeah. So basically, if you're just like walking around the town and you're a dude and you're 48 and the dude's like, give me that asshole.
Yeah. He's like, straight. He's like, well, I'm straight, but you're the god. So.
Right. Here's my asshole. Take it. Take it right now. The villagers are legit like idiots at this point. I'm sorry if you ask me, but they also increase the rituals that they have. And so now there's more sex in there. And it's kind of like it progressed into orgies as one does.
It's escalating. That's what cults fucking do.
Yeah.
They see how far they can get away like with shit. And then they just keep on going.
Yeah, always. It's like, oh, if I can get them to this, I wonder what else I can get them to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at some point, eventually, as the months kind of go by and there's no gold, because at the end of the day, these people are expecting gold to come to them, right? They're supposed to be getting riches because they're doing whatever the gods want. Some of the villagers do begin questioning the Hernandez's brothers' supposed power. So in order to keep the scam going, the brothers told the villagers that they would leave to go talk to their gods and they would come back with a goddess. So they're like, we're going to go off to the mountains and we're going to pray. And we're going to pray and we're going to bring this queen, this goddess back.
Oh, my God.
Can't even lie. I'm kind of impressed at this point. I'm like, these motherfuckers, juicy fucking tail. They got it. They are innovative if I've ever seen it.
They suck and that they're using their powers for evil, but they are definitely innovative.
They are innovative. If it was now and they were in the U.S., they would definitely be in Silicon Valley. Mm-hmm. Anywho, just saying. They go to Monterey, which is the largest nearby city and home to some of the sex traffickers that they had previously dealt with because, you know, I guess if you fuck around with one sex trafficker, you are now in a cool group of guys who fuck around with sex traffickers. And their plan is to convince a sex worker to come back to Yerba Buena with them and pretend to be a goddess in order to help keep this whole party going like they've been enjoying it. It didn't take them long to find Magdalena Solis. Solis had been forced into prostitution at the age of, insert, way too fucking young, 12.
Oh, God. That's so sad.
So sad. So everything that happens now until, like, as we progress in this, obviously, I am not going to victim shame anyone here, but the real fucking psycho in all of this ends up being Magdalena.
Wow.
Yes. The whole thing fucking goes apeshit banana pants because of Magdalena Solis. And everyone kind of wonders, is it because she was sold into sex slavery at the age of 12? Anyway. She was pretty banging too because she had a lucrative side hustle as a fortune teller and a medium. So she was stating that she was able to channel the spirits of long dead brujas, which means witches.
I love that word.
Brujas.
I learned it from Modern Family.
I love it. When the Hernandez brothers told her about the plan, she was like, hells to the fuck yeah, bitches. Let's do this. Let me hop on my broom. Let's fly.
That's a quote?
No.
That's a direct quote.
Her and her bub, Elazar, it's a very intense name, Elazar, they decide to go. FYI, if you're curious about her and her brother's relationship, he was her pimp.
Her brother?
Her brother.
Fuck him.
Was her pimp.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the brothers return to the village, and they don't obviously bring homegirl in right then because they have to have a grand entrance, if you will. So they tell everyone that their goddess would arrive that night, but they had to perform a ritual to summon her.
What?
Motherfuckers. These guys, man, hate them. Still impressed. So that evening, the villagers participated in this made-up fucking ritual. At one point, the brothers produced a thick cloud of smoke, and once it cleared, Solis was standing before them.
Oh, God.
The villagers are like, what the fuck, bro? The fuck? Here's our goddess. Yes.
Oh,
yes. The guy said it. It happened.
Is insane.
In 1962.
I mean,
by the way, all of this shit happens in less than a year. So everything I'm going to tell you, like, it was 1962, and then like in 1963, everything comes to a head. So it's real quick. Real quick.
That escalated very quickly.
You ain't lying. So this formerly abused girl essentially now holds the total power over the villagers. She was supplied with all the cannabis and peyote she wanted, and supposedly this bitch could get down, and she went through a lot of it. Under the influence of these drugs, Solis now really believed that she was a goddess. Oh. She 100% did enough drugs to be like, I am a goddess. And she specifically believed that she was the reincarnated mother goddess Skoodilypoops. I'm probably, y'all, Coatlicue, which was an Aztec mother goddess, which was correct. So she was smart enough to be like, I am an actual goddess that you, town, believe in.
Oh, man.
So she, at this point, they officially figured it out. We are now on the right religion train, if you will. Now, the girl is a little fucked up, you know. Under her reign, the cave rituals end up getting real fucking dark. Real fucking dark, real quick. Villagers were given peyote, either consensually or not.
Oh, God.
And during the rituals, it would make them highly susceptible to really any of her commands. So you're on drugs, someone's telling you to do shit, and you're like, yes, goddess. And you're doing it.
Yeah.
So she insists that not only should they perform animal sacrifices, but they should drink the blood to gain immortality.
No, why?
I don't know.
They're already fucked up. Just be like, go make me a sandwich. Why you got to kill a cow and drink it? I'm mad. Keep going.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to do this moment where now everything is officially. So I've been telling you some fucked up shit. Now we're officially going into, I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Okay?
What?
Okay.
I'm already uncomfortable.
Well, put on your uncomfortable pants and get ready because it's about to get real bad. The ritual orgies escalated as well, as you'd imagine. Now that she's the conductor, she's making the villagers sleep with their family members.
No, stop.
Their children even.
No.
They say incest. So I can only assume that they're having family members sleep with, like, dad sleep with daughters, daughters. I mean, if it's incest. But then again, this is a really small town too, so maybe it's your uncle. I don't fucking, at the end of the day, it sucks.
No.
Anyway, it's disgusting and so wrong.
Ew.
I couldn't imagine how terrifying that would be.
Yeah.
to be forced to do that. Like,
I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go pee in this cave real quick, and then I would leave.
Right. Well, the closest town is 15 miles away. So still, I mean, achievable, I guess. But at some point in all of that, she's like, that's not enough. Let's start fucking animals.
No. Becky, shut up. Are you making this up?
Yes. I was like, you
Just
know what would be fucked up?
You're making this up.
If I made this up, then you should like have me go to therapy.
Well, you read fucked up books. You have an imagination.
I mean, yes, I do.
Because sometimes I tell you things and I'm like, this is so fucked up, you don't blink.
I know.
And I'm like, can you listen? Show a little reaction.
Because you're freaking me out.
I don't want you to tell me this anymore.
Let me continue.
No.
So at one point, two of the villagers, they're two men, they start to question the increasingly disturbing new religion and they want to leave.
Good.
So Solis labored them as unbelievers and ordered the villagers to beat the men and lynch them.
Oh, no.
So basically, these guys who have been this small group of people, only 50 people, their whole lives, their family and their closest friends, 50 people is not anything. Anything at all. The smallest of groups. Mm-hmm. And they're basically beaten and killed by their closest friends and family members.
Because they were like,
this isn't...
That's sad. Fuck this bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Now that they killed them,
okay,
death is officially on the table, and Solis is officially becoming the High Priestess of Blood, which is what she is known for. Magdalena Solis, the High Priestess of Blood. She insisted that the rituals now include human sacrifice.
What?
And any villager who wasn't obedient enough would find themselves on the altar to be beaten, burned, and hacked to pieces by their fellow villagers.
I can't.
Now, at this point, butchering them just is not enough.
Why is it not? Okay, quit saying that. Why is it never enough? I'm getting mad. I've never heard of this bitch. She comes out of nowhere. And then it's like, fuck this horse and I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Fuck your dad. Fuck this horse.
Stop.
And kill your best friend.
Stop it.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you the next step to this.
Why are there steps?
I don't know, Heather, because I wrote it that way and I thought it was a juicy, tantalizing story and it would be better if there were steps.
Well, the juice is sour and I don't like it.
Okay.
Keep going. God.
So she's like, all right, let's start copying ancient Aztec sacrificial rituals.
Does she really know them or is she making them up?
No, these were apparently from this is a thing way back when.
Okay.
And so now she is cutting the hearts out of her victims while they're alive. While they are alive, so she can hold their beating heart in her hand.
What a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Fucking motherfucker. What the absolute
That's insane.
Fucking fuck. So one day in May of 1963, so I didn't know the month, so I picked June because June felt right. It's also the month that I'm getting married and when this is about to release. Or would have already released. It's now May. So we have this little 14-year-old boy. His name's Sebastian Guerrero. And he's out and he's just exploring the caves.
Okay.
He's not from this town.
Oh.
Homeboy, I guess there's not much to do and he walked 15 miles. I don't fucking know. But he's just bebopping around town. He's just walking around. So at one point he stumbles on these lights that are in one of the caves and he's like, what is this? And he's like, I'm going to investigate. And he begins hearing sounds and he's like, it's human sounds, but they're not really talking. They're not singing or anything. So he's like, I'm confused. And then he catches a whiff of the scent of incense. And they say it's probably copal, which is a resin that's used by the Aztecs. It's now favored by brujos and curanderos, which is healers. So he smelled something. He was like, oh, healers, or it's witchy and let's see what's going on.
All right.
His curiosity is now completely taken over by fear because as he approaches the mouth of the cave, don't forget he's out of sight so people can't see him. Inside of it, most of the villagers were gathered. Many of them were nude. They were fucking. And they were passing around a ceremonial chalice that was filled with blood. At the far end of the cave, upon a very elaborate altar, he saw where that blood was coming from, and it was a human being. They were hacked into pieces.
Oh.
And the final drops of blood were being collected into these chalices.
Oh my God.
Standing above them was a woman who was holding a bleeding heart.
No.
Of the man who was on the altar.
And that kid saw?
Yeah.
Did he run away and tell somebody?
Well, terrified. He runs more than 15 miles to the town of Villagran, which is the closest police station in that isolated village area. So this boy, literally, they say that he ran nonstop for 15 miles.
I think I would too, and I hate running.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So obviously, whenever he gets there, he tries to explain. He's breathless, as I'd imagine.
Yeah,
fucking Forrest Gump over here of Mexico.
I'm done with you. I'm done with this story. I'm done with this podcast.
That's a lie.
Shit. I know. God.
That is a lie.
Okay, keep going. Ugh.
I know.
Okay. If you say there's another, I will walk out. If you're like, and then this is the real fucked up part, I will fucking leave. I will leave and you can wrap up on your own.
We have covered a lot of the fuck-uppery.
Good.
But there's still more pages.
No, there's not. You're so dumb.
So the villagers they're like, he says that they're drinking blood like vampires is what this little Sebastian says. So the Villagran police lap the boy off and they're like, obviously your imagination's crazy, because who the fuck would believe that?
Yeah, but
who would believe that?
After 15 miles, he's probably drenched in sweat, and he walks in there freaking out. Why would you make that up? My thing is, and I say this to you all the time, why would you lie if it's not like it? How would that benefit that little boy by saying that? It wouldn't. It doesn't make sense. And I'm mad. I'm sweating. Okay, go.
Okay. Now that Heather's almost settled herself down. He's like, he will not stop, though. He's insisting that there's something fucking terrible that's happening in the caves near Yerba Buena. And so the next day, Police Inspector Luis Martinez agrees to follow the boy there himself.
Good.
Days go by, and Guerrero and Martinez never come back.
No good. No bueno.
No bueno. The Villagran police go to the state police, and they're like, we've got to go try to find our guys. On May 31st of 1963, the state police, along with a contingent of the army, went to Yerba Buena to find the missing men and figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
They find the Solises, which is her and her brother, right? Mm-hmm. Along with Santos Hernandez in a farmhouse, high off their faces. That's in quotes of like this story that I see. High off their faces. And in possession of a large amount of cannabis. I'm like, okay, I feel that. Oh my God, I feel you. If there were no regulation, you could just be out here with your fucking weed plants, just like hanging out, go for it. The Solises were promptly arrested, but Hernandez tries to run away. Santos does.
Okay.
He's like, fuck that, and he runs, and then they shoot him, and he dies.
Oh.
So that was a very death. Considering that they were supporting, I mean, at the end of the day, keeping in mind with the Hernandez like brothers in this, they weren't able to do anything about it. Like, they picked this woman and they brought her in and she became crazy, so they had to go with it.
They shit the bed and they had to roll around in their Skoodilypoop because they started it.
They did. They started this whole fucking thing.
And then this bitch.
They see, so then the town, they're seeing this massive force of cops and essentially military descending on their little village and arresting their goddess. Because in their mind, that is their goddess.
Yeah.
The rest of the villagers, they end up going into these surrounding caves. This is where I'm like, once again, these villagers are fucking idiots. I just cannot. I have always been supportive of the mental state and being vulnerable and being like put into a cult. And I say put into, but tripping and stumbling down the stairs into a cult-like experience to where now you can't get up those stairs again.
Yeah.
I get it. Mm-hmm. It fucking happens. Mm-hmm. So there's not much I can say on that one. But for this
is wild.
I think the second that they would have came and said that they were from another religion, the very jump, I would have been like, no.
Like, we don't get a lot of visitors here.
Yeah.
So just because you pulled a quarter out of little Pedro's ear, I don't believe you.
I don't believe you either.
Put that peso back behind the ear.
Yeah, and I'm like, you are not taking my 14-year-old Sophia to bed.
Right?
So fuck these villagers. And here's where, like, at the very jump, there were 50 people could have been like, no, I don't believe this. It's going to take a lot for me to believe shit about fuck. I can tell you that. I would have been the bitch in the front like, hey, anyone else catching that this is not even our fucking religion? He's talking about Peru, guys.
You would say, you just text me.
This is so dumb.
I'd be like, I'm already out here like by Cave C, so I need you to meet me out here, and we're gonna
let's leave.
Run 15 miles. Well, you run and I'll run one, and you just bring it back to me.
Yeah, okay. I would just leave.
Anyway.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
They found. Oh wait, I already told you guys that they found him and they killed Santos. So the townspeople, they go into these into the different caves. Tell me how done they are here that they're like, oh, we'll have a shootout or something. Like, what? They didn't have weapons. They were poor. So anyway, they engaged in a shootout. I don't know how. I don't know how many guns they have. Do they even have guns? Is it fucking?
Where did guns come from? See, I just picture slingshots.
I know. Just throwing little pebbles
take
at
this
them.
pebble.
I don't know. At the end of the day, they're massively. They are massively outgunned.
Huge Disney fans.
Yeah. They're outgunned. A lot of them are killed. Whoever survives it, they're taken into custody. Shocking.
Right?
Once again, what were they thinking?
I can't.
I don't know. At the end of the day, maybe it was just easier to die that way than to go to jail. A lot of people feel that way.
I mean, this person is making you watch your whole beating hearts and fuck your dad, so I think I would pick jail. Or death.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? Do whatever you want, guys. I'm right here. Let's make a call.
Just get me out of here.
Yeah, right? Take me wherever.
Get me out of here.
As they're searching the area, police find the bodies of sweet little Guerrero and Martinez on the property of the farmhouse where the Solises had been living.
No.
So I'm like, both of their hearts had been cut out of their bodies. So unfortunately, that's how they ended up dying.
No.
Which is unbelievably terrible. Yeah. Unbelievably fucking terrible. That you could just kill a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah. And he was just trying to help.
I know. And it sucks that only one cop was like, yeah, I'll go back to this town where
But they felt fucking stupid whenever they went back and figured it out.
Yeah. A search of the nearby caves yielded the bodies of 6 more victims, many of whom had been dismembered. Now, Cayetano Hernandez, so the other brother, he had also been found dead. But this one is just, what the fuck? He was actually murdered by another villager, Jesus Rubio.
Okay.
In this wild turn of events, Rubio had learned of the brother's scam. And instead of saying, I'm going to tell everyone, he's like, I want in on it.
No. What?
And Hernandez refused to cut him in. And so fucking Rubio murdered him.
So he's like, I know what you guys are doing. Give me a cut.
I know I've been fucking my cousin for a while.
I know.
And her daughter.
He's like, yeah.
And you did make me put my dick in that cow last week.
Oh my God.
But give me some of that. Give me some of that. And give me some of what? What were you getting cut in?
Where's cut it on
extra
what?
Corn?
Like,
I guess the cannabis?
Be like, hey, maybe you don't put it in my butt next week.
Yeah.
Because I won't tell anyone if you don't choose me.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Oh, I don't understand either. I hate you for this.
I know.
God.
I thought it was
like
a fun one.
itchy and sweating.
By fun one, I mean just super fucked up.
Awful and fucked up.
Yeah. So the Solises, along with Santos Hernandez, who obviously had died, they ended up being sent to trial in Ciudad Victoria. And they all stood trial, the last ones that were left. Since none of the villagers would testify against them, even after all of this, the villagers would not testify against them. Magdalena and Elizar Solis were only convicted of the murders of Guerrero and Martinez, since those were the bodies that were found inside their home. Here's my question.
Okay.
First, it said on the property, and then it said in their home. So I'm like, you just have some dead bodies with their hearts cut out on the kitchen table?
Yeah, where's that?
Someone tell me where.
I need to know.
Because if I just had 2 dead bodies, I guess I'd put them in the guest room.
You guess you'd put them in the guest room?
Or like the garage, right?
I
don't know. Where do you put them?
I've never given it a lick of thought.
Well,
so I don't know.
That's why I was like, if it was found in there, they're just like dead bodies. Just like, no, just go around the little one. Grab the peyote. Like, what is that?
Grab the peyote.
I don't get it. Anyway. Those were the only ones that they were actually convicted of. And so they were sentenced to 50 years each. Once more, I still don't know how old they are.
Well, hopefully old enough to die before 50 years.
The remaining villagers were convicted of group or gang murder or lynching. And the others, for the other 6 victims, and they were each given a 30-year sentence.
Damn.
Tazam.
Why is there another page?
It's just, I'm wrapping it up. I'm putting a bow on it.
If you tell me anything else, I can't. My nerves are shot.
I understand. Though the remains of 8 people were found in total, it was suspected that the cult had probably murdered up to 16 people. In less than a year. This is a very small time frame.
Yeah, that was quick.
That's even too many if you did it on every full moon. I don't know why I'm like, we gotta get some full moons up in here.
I mean, I'm shocked there weren't any mentioned.
I know. Now, what happened to the famous Magdalena Solis, coined the High Priestess of Blood?
What?
No one fucking knows.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
They don't know if she served her time. She would have been released in 2013 if she had. However, no one really knows. And most people believe that she died in prison.
That's what I'm going to believe. A slow and painful death.
Who knows?
I do, in my imagination.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's the crazy fucking story of Magdalena Solis and her reign over the town of Yerba Buena.
That is a crazy fucking... God.
I know.
You're so proud.
I am so proud. There are not... Man, when you spend so much time getting your googs on trying to find that fucking story that you get to be like, blow your mind away.
Yeah.
I got it.
You did get it.
I got it.
I had never even heard
me either
of that story. Half of those words, vajigers or whatever you said, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, well, they're a thing.
Yeah, God.
That's why I think that this has been like the basis for other movies, because I know that we've seen like old movies that have, you know, people in a cave ripping out hearts and sacrificing people.
Yeah.
Aztec motherfuckers did not play.
No.
But I don't know. It's a wild story.
Yeah, to say the very least. Mm-hmm. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
I guess the next time we record, I'm going to be Brooklyn Johnson. What up? Which I told Heather. She was like, oh, all we need to do is change the logo. I was like, girl, we are not changing the logo.
She's still using her stage name.
I am going to keep that name on that. So everything else will be Brooklyn Johnson.
At the beginning, you'll still say, I'm Brooklyn Maple.
Oh.
Are you going to do that?
I don't know. I didn't even think about that. I mean Johnson. That'll be it for now until
I'm
forever.
never changing your name in my phone.
I would if I had met you as Heather Weiniger, you'd be Heather Weiniger.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like my friend Brooke Scott. She's been married forever, and in my phone, like she's Brooke Tilley now, and for however many years they've been married, that bitch is still Brooke Scott. Yeah. I don't care. I don't even know some of my friends' last names. Man, Paige is one of my whatchamacalls. I was like, what's your last name now?
Your bridesmaid?
Yeah, she's one of my bridesmaids. I've been friends with her since I was like fucking 15.
Yeah. We
talk, and I still had no idea that her last name was Davis now. I was like, she was like, it's granola as fuck. It's Davis. I was like, okay. Well, it is what it is. Name changes, man.
God.
Well, you guys, I love you.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, and thanks for listening.
Yeah. Subscribe. Send good vibes to Brooklyn as she sent to us.
This Saturday, yeah. Heather's literally my maid of honor. So this Saturday, after this is released, if you're not at the wedding, which I love you.
There's like 12 people coming by choice. So if you're not invited, don't be upset.
Yes. But just think about me, though.
Yes, please do. As a wedding gift for her, just subscribe to us. That's all she really wants.
Yeah, that's super true. All right, we love you guys so much.
All right, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?